What's up, everybody? I'm Sly The Movie Guy, and here's my movie review of Spider-Man Far From Home, directed by Jon Watts, the director of Spider-Man Homecoming. And this film stars Tom Holland, Samuel Jackson, Jake Gyllenhaal, and the rest of the other cast and crew. And in this film, following the events of Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man must step up to take on new threats in a world that has changed forever. And this is the 8th Spider-Man film on the big screen. So when a new Spider-Man film comes out, I try to keep my expectations low because I've seen some Spider-Man films in the past that are disappointing, didn't put a smile on my face, and that's kind of breaks my heart because I'm a Spider-Man fan. I love Spider-Man since I was a child. I have the action figures, that watch the 90s cartoons, and have the video games. I love this character. This is one of my favorite superheroes of all time. One close to my heart. So when I see a Spider movie, I just want it to be good. I just want to see a good Spider movie. And we have had good Spider-Man films in the past, so don't get me wrong. I've seen some good Spider-Man films in the past. Like I said, the ones like when I say some Spider-Man films in the past, just was disappointing that just didn't meet my expectations. Like a great film. So, and the ones that came out recently have been good, like Spider-Man Homecoming. I really enjoy how Jon Watts directed that film, and I like Tom Holland, Peter Parker / Spider-Man, how good he did in that role. So that was a great film with that John Hughes style. And then a Spider-Man film that's not connected to the MCU or the other Spider-Man films, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which was a surprising Spider-Man film, that was an animation film, which really surprised me, really was good. One of those films that was 2018 that I was really pleasantly surprised how good it was. And so with Spider-Man Homecoming, when it's having a sequel called Spider-Man Far From Home, I was a little bit excited, but kind of trying to keep my expectations low because, like I said, Spider-Man films have been disappointing, and then we have some good ones, but some that were disappointing that breaks my heart. So I didn't want to get my heart broken if this movie wasn't that good. So, but the trailers was really good with this film. So, but that can be different. The trailers can be good and the movie can be terrible. So I went in this movie with my expectations really low. I was just like, hope it's good, hope it's good. And all I got to say is, wow, this movie is really good. I love this movie from beginning to end. This movie was amazing. I was literally happy. I was literally about to tear up how this movie was good. I was in utter shock how good this movie is. And man, I mean, let me talk about the good about this movie. The one things I do like what this movie did was it didn't take place in New York. That was one of the things I thought was very, very fresh. And this is the 8th Spider-Man film, so all the 7 Spider-Man films had taken place in New York. Was nothing wrong with that. But here it was just did something totally different. Have Spider-Man in a different city altogether. It was just so perfect. Him, when they going on the trip to London, if you've seen the trailers, him and his friends and the teachers going on a field trip to London and stuff in different places. Spider-Man is in a different location. So it kind of makes the movie very interesting. As the story was going on, I was interested what trouble could go on, because Spider-Man is not in New York at all. But when stuff do happen, when we see a water creature and a lava monster and all that and everything, it kind of it's like, oh, the web slinger's in trouble. Oh, there's some trouble going on. So I like that aspect of the story, how stuff is happening and Spider-Man is just shocking to see this stuff because he didn't expect trouble to come along with as he's having a field trip vacation or whatever. So that's kind of shocked Spider-Man and his friends. So I kind of like how they did that in this film. So it's kind of makes everything a lot interesting. And what makes it interesting is that Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury is part of his field trip and stuff. And now missions, wants Spider-Man to do missions to get rid of all this stuff. And with Mysterio in the storyline, it just makes the story very interesting. And I really liked it. And I really like that aspect of this movie. It really was just absolutely like fantastic how they did it. And one of the things I like how the story, how they did it, where Peter Parker is trying to try to be with MJ, played by Zendaya. He trying because he has a crush on her, so he wants to make her happy. He wants to be with the girl he likes and stuff. And it's kind of hard because now she's like with this boy or whatever in the movie, and when you see it like this boy is like with MJ and stuff, Peter Parker trying to get attention and stuff, but stuff is kind of like in a way and stuff like that, and he's trying to be part of his friends and the girl that he likes and stuff, but all this shenanigans and stuff and these new threats are coming along, it's kind of hard for him to balance things out, and you want to see Peter Parker win. That's the things I like about when I see a Spider-Man movie. Let's see our main character go through struggles like what we go through and like just try to balance things out. And I like how they did that in this movie. It's like, and you can see that when Peter Parker, when stuff happens, like when it's like a fun event going on in the movie, but then something where like when he gets like a call from Agent Shields and stuff, and it's like he's trying to have a good time, but he's trying to protect the world, and you can see that out of Peter Parker, and I really, really adore that in this film. Let me talk about the acting in this movie. Tom Holland as Peter Parker / Spider-Man. He does good once again. I really love Tom Holland here as Peter Parker. He really does well, Peter Parker. I can really see he really, really did great in this role, man. I liked him as Spider-Man here. It was just everything about him is just great. When Tom Holland playing this character, it's just a delightful thing to see on screen. He just does great as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He just does phenomenal, and that's all I got to say about him. Including the other people the guy that plays Ned, his friend. Oh my God, he was just his friend. He was just great. The actor guy, I can't remember his name. Man, he was so great. I mean, everything. He was fun. He was so funny in his film, second time around. And I'll get to the comedy in this film, but man, Ned was so great in this film. I absolutely liked it. I liked him in Homecoming, but here he was just great on screen. Every time he was on screen, I just enjoyed every screen time he had in this film. Including Zendaya. I thought Zendaya did great too in this film. I liked her in the Homecoming, but they really embraced this character here in this film, especially her relationship with Tom Holland as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. That I like that. I like how these two had chemistry on the screen, and they really did well with as a love interest here with MJ and Peter Parker. They did well with that here. It didn't feel forced. It just felt like it grew from the first film to second film. I like how they did this chemistry, whatever, and the relationship here in this film. It really grew here, and I really found it cute, and they did fantastic with it. It flowed. It didn't like I said, it didn't feel forced. So I really enjoyed that. And I think all the acting was really good in this film. And let me get to the one act I think was absolutely phenomenal. Jake Gyllenhaal, which is always a great actor. Anyways, he's good at everything. Nightcrawler to the other films that he have done in the past and stuff. And I really like this film, Nightcrawler. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you check it out. But Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. Oh, he was so good. I think he does a phenomenal job. And Mysterio is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. And Jake Gyllenhaal really, you can really tell that Jake Gyllenhaal really put his all in this role. I can really tell. And me knowing his character Mysterio, I think he did very well with the character. It's something about the way how they did Mysterio's storyline here, kind of put no spoilers, how they put his character, his backstory was part of the MCU and stuff. It was kind of interesting. I didn't know how they were going to do it, but the way how they put it together, because the Mysterio storyline stuff, but here how the way they did this film, I was very pleased with it. It was a 2 thumbs up. I was absolutely happy with that. Jake Gyllenhaal, man, Mysterio, I can go on and on about it. He just knocked it out of the park. Mysterio. It was just solid, and the way the Mysterio in this film, the Mysterio character was just great. I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but man, it was Mysterio 2000. If you know the character, you know what I'm talking about. There was some stuff in this film that was really good in this film about Mysterio. Let me talk about directing and writing. And I thought the writing and the directing really has some heart here. I could really tell that Jon Watts and the writers put a lot of heart here in this film. And they prove a lot of stuff from some issues I had with Homecoming. I saw a lot of improvement here in this sequel. And it really put a smile on my face. Especially when it comes to some of the way the character Peter Parker. I like how they made him where he has to grow into the hero he's supposed to be. Because in the first movie, I kind of said, okay, they doing little stuff. So it's kind of since Spider-Man got in the MCU, they kind of making him grow. And I like how the first movie, now I kind of get where the first movie tried to show he's a kid and stuff. Now the second sequel is making him how to be an adult and stuff, and how to trust people and stuff. Because this movie has things where it made Spider-Man how he had to trust things, how he supposed to no spoil, how the abilities, how he uses powers and stuff like that, how he supposed to trust people and stuff like that. It really worked well in this film, and I really like that. And I think Tom Holland, and more on his acting, does a phenomenal job of the acting of it. And I really, really liked it. The writing and the directing was absolutely phenomenal. And the directing, it's just really, really good. Jon Watts does a fantastic job directing. I thought the writers and the directing was absolutely phenomenal. Directing and the Jon Watts and the writers, y'all get a thumbs up. Y'all did an absolutely fantastic job with this movie, man. That's all I got to say about that. Let me talk about the comedy and the tone and the style. The comedy here was absolutely funny. I found myself laughing consistently with this film. I felt the humor be a little bit... Homecoming was funny, but this one, the humor was funny. I made myself was laughing all the way through. The humor did not feel forced or nothing. It had heart here. And that goes for the writing and director, I've got to say. It felt like this movie had heart, and the comedy here, it just had heart. It just didn't feel forced. Usually some comedies are forced in a superhero movie, but here it flowed. It flowed like water. It just flowed, and I just really enjoyed the humor here. I could watch it again, and I could see myself laughing consistently over and over again when I watch this film. The comedy really works. The tone, and this is where I think I like about Spider-Man. If you could balance the seriousness and the fun in a Spider-Man movie, you really nailed it. Because Spider-Man always has serious moments, but Spider-Man has some little fluff fun to it. And it reminds me a little bit to the first two Spider-Man films. The first two Spider-Man films, what Sam Raimi did. That was directed very well. Had the balance and the fun and the drama and the seriousness at the same time. And this film does that, especially Homecoming. If you could do that in a Spider-Man film, it works perfectly, and it's just a fantastic superhero movie. So I'll say the tone and the comedy works well. And the style, the colors and all that, absolutely is beautiful and amazing. I really loved it. Spectacular. And all that really works in a part of all this movie. Let me talk about, lastly, the action. The action is up there. I really absolutely enjoy the action and the suspense in this film. It absolutely, some parts was keeping me guessing. I was like, whoa, this is going to happen. Whoa, this is going to happen. So it was kind of a little suspense. I didn't know what was going to happen. So it was little surprises here that happens in this movie. So I didn't expect this to happen, that to happen. And it was whoa, I didn't expect that to happen. So I was pleasantly surprised and happy at the same time with the action and the surprises that happened in this movie. Let me talk about the mid-credit scene. This is the one that really, really shocked me and made me happy at the same time. I couldn't believe it. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, check it out. You'd be surprised with me. When I saw this in the movie theater, and I'm not kidding, when I was watching the movie and when I saw this, and I was just looking, this was me. I was Oh my God. Oh. I was so shocked. I was like this. My hands were on my head like this. I couldn't believe it. Oh my God. I was just like, oh my God, this can't be happening. Really, really. I was so shocked. I was so shocked, surprised. I was like, they really did this. They really did this. I was just so like, oh my. I was so speechless. I didn't know what to say. The movie was good, but when that happened, I'm like, yes. Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I was just so happy. I was just, I couldn't believe it. Oh my, man. I don't know. This will stay in my head for a while. I just couldn't believe this. My reaction. I will remember this for a long time. It was just so crazy. That's all I got to say about that. Let me get to the negatives for the film. One of it, if you've seen the trailers, there's some stuff in that one particular part that's from the trailers. It wasn't in the movie. I kind of wanted it in the movie because it would have brought more, but I guess that the runtime would have made it longer because the movie's about 2 hours and 8 minutes. But man, I wanted to see it. It was one of those things I wanted to see in the movie, and I was like, what? Why? It was just one of those things that we wanted in the movie, and I just wanted it in the movie. That was just one part. Then some parts of the movie kind of like, some parts could have like been left out of the movie. I was like, oh, okay, this could have been left out. And some parts of the movie, I was kind of questioning on why this, but then later on in the film, it kind of fixed it. I was like, okay, but I wish it kind of like was like used a bit more. But that was just these are little like minor nitpicks. This is a great movie. This is a great movie. Besides my nitpick, this is absolutely a great Spider-Man movie. Probably one of the best movies of 2019. And I'm probably gonna say that for every good movie that comes out. But hey, I'm telling the truth, this film was just, man, the directing, the writing, the acting was great in this movie. Everybody did a phenomenal job. I could tell that the actors and the directors and writers had heart when they was doing this film. It was just so good. And I can see myself watching the movie 3 or 4 times again. Man, please check out Spider-Man Far From Home. Please go check this out. This is really a good Spider-Man movie. And as of right now, I'm going to give this film a solid A. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this movie. Did you like it or not? Let me know. And let me know what was your favorite aspect of the film. Let me know that too in the comment section down below. Tell me anything what you like about this movie. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button. That's so I can see you next time on Sly The Movie Guy. Peace.